Morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project, self-therapeutic psychiatric multimedia project for me to solve the problems, challenges, and obstacles in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that I've set for myself and those around me. And so we have two live streams, 15 minutes each, back to back, separated by 5-10 minute gap. And this is a continuation of the previous two sub-series of the Ahn Rho Project, one named BDMP, a little pun on words standing for really basics in survival, taking care of the regular daily activities so that I can focus on higher level activities like business, employment, this project. And then the other sub-series being called Aftermath, which is a follow-up from 4 months of hell when everything went to shit, all the different domains of life, as I call it, from finance to relationships to employment to all those serious matters, disease coming together and creating, ever since August 2020, the fourth, these 4 months of hell. And I'm just climbing out, trying to clean everything up. So Aftermath and BDMP are the sub-series we're working on, and these two live streams are part of that. So the first live stream of two live streams, which is right now, take a look at the title, take a look at the side right here. On the bottom right hand side, what you see is what you get. What we have here, okay, in the first live stream, we're going to cover a bunch of the finale of all the business logistics that I had to deal with, particularly with my side business that has a lot to do with science and business research, development, biomedical sciences. Think of cellular nutrition, think about all the molecular biology, something that I have a bachelor's in anyway. So this is something that's very familiar with me, that I care very much, very deeply about. Of course, you should just care about your health in general, especially during these times. And in the second live stream, at the very bottom, it says Decor, and that's what we're going to focus on in the second live stream. That's actually right here on the bottom right here. So that's that crate. We're going to open it. We're going to see a lot of interesting stuff inside. I'm not going to cover it in as much detail as I would like to. That's for maybe 6 months down the road, maybe half a year when I get to the logistics for that crate. But this is the first live stream, and I'm very glad to say that I did a proper introduction today. I will say one last thing I did miss. Of course, I tell you, of course, what we have to cover for today, and I'm supposed to continue off with another a little bit more detailed introduction after this one, sorry, which is to speak about how the Ahn Rho Project has more sub-series like the 1000 Days Till Death, what it stands for, as well as how I break it down into sub-series domains of life and analogies, which are ways for me to communicate to you, especially one way to actually, not even an analogy, the whole main message of the Ahn Rho Project is this comprehensive life management system database, an extension really of myself, both physically as a biological living organism, but also extending into sort of these digital, abstract, and material items around me. So that being said, and that includes even the room, so I've broken down the logistics of the room into regions A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that's right here is D2, but basically all this stuff is a part of my life. And this is like a time capsule for me to look back on maybe 30 years down the road, but I think that's what we'll call it quits and just dive right into the stuff that we have today. So what do we have left? This is actually something that I really want to get through almost a week ago, and what you can tell is that there's why don't we take a look on the side here and see. So first of all, these bags here, I think it was maybe about 5 days, maybe last week, I said that these two bags were okay down here. So let's just break down the regions. So there's D1 right here, which we have some new stuff we need to cover later today. D2, D3, and D4. Okay, so this is D2, and a lot of these two bags here, these two bags were down here, and what's inside I've already covered before. This one's filled with all these box packages. Okay, the one on top here is filled with a whole bunch of products, or not a whole bunch, just a few products for my cousin. Then we have these two little flappy little gift booklet guides that I have received from as a gift from one of my colleagues, one of my team leaders, and she's been very helpful. We are by KM, of course. I always say that I like to show appreciation and thanks for the people who have brought me in to this very relevant to my university degree. And so this is the kind of stuff that I take on a daily basis. This is the kind of stuff that, in fact, I have some photographs here to show, is basically what I had taken a thumbnail screenshot of, thinking of maybe I might use it for this live stream. I didn't end up doing that. I used a different photograph. So I'm going to actually oh, YouTube connection error. Oh, there's a connection error. But anyways, something's wrong with the internet. Oh, no, that's no good. But anyways, we have here this thumbnail, and I can turn it around to the side. Let's turn to the side here. Okay, back to right here, and what you can see is that oh, it says there's a connection error. It says please wait while we try to reconnect. It's probably not going to work, but that's all right. I'm turning back to the side. You can see that the thumbnail down here that I put, the little screenshot, is basically this, and there's some cleanup that I need to do later on in the day, but I think maybe I can just do it now. I'm going to say for instance, in addition to the stuff on the side over here that I have to, talk about the logistics and where I'm going to move it around. There's also some stuff in this region A over here. So you see all this kind of plastic packaging. So one of these, first of all, is emptied, that I've already finished taking it for the 30-day supply. So I have a new one here, and I need to take off all the plastic wrap from this one, from the provisional C. That's for cardiovascular health. This one's for my cartilage, especially since I work in a warehouse between shipping and receiving and all that kind of stuff. I get a lot of wear and tear and damage. I'm going to keep the sample bottle, like I mentioned, and I'm supposed to put that in the closet where I have moved a whole bunch of the products, especially the smaller products, up to the very top. And this is something that I'll be able to use if I ever need to show anybody what it is that I do and what I take. So I have to take off all these plastic wraps here. I have to take that plastic wrap away from under the bottle as well, although I'm using that as a platform to keep it clean. And same thing here too, there's more plastic wraps here. So that's the main thing for this sort of side. There's a little pill here that yeah, I have to take another new one too. So this one's for Cell Essentials. So this bottle's also empty. So now I have two samples here, and of course I need to take the new Vita antioxidant from the top, which is inside the closet. Why don't I just actually go there instead of telling you? Right at the very top, you can't really see it. I'm supposed to take out one of those bottles and replace both of these. So both of these are now samples, and I'll put the sample packages inside on that. And so behind the closet region, this is C1, C2, but the whole region is C. Okay, so A is for the closet, B is right here, region C, kind of like, I'm applying business fundamentals of shipping, receiving, and inventory management over to the personal life, right? So this is C. Of course, you understand this if you work in a business or you have to manage a warehouse, which is very stressful, but of course, that's how it is. So this is like the primary bin, C1, C2. C1, I have some places for the sample items, and I'll put them up there. C2, I'm going to take out the new products. Now, of course, again, we have some garbage, some class 2, class 3 items that are garbage, class 1, class 3. Class 1 items are things that I purchased with my own hard-earned money. Of course, everything that I purchased for the business is with my own hard-earned money. And in terms of class 3 items, that's just garbage, so that's a plastic wrap. Now, that being said, we're going to go back here, of course, D1. I just wanted to point that out on the side at the very back. So we have, because of the photographs, really, I have those two photographs, and that's, again, more of these that I took in the morning for oatmeal. And the main point, of course, is that I've been trying to get to this live stream so that I can talk about the logistics and get rid of all this stuff. I've made it almost like a game restraint to keep myself accountable, that I can only move certain things when I've covered it on live stream. So right here, this is all done. And unfortunately, I was a stupid motherfucking dumbass, and maybe 2 streams ago I didn't say where I would move all this kind of stuff. So it's been sitting here for the past 5 days. Inside, there's supposed to be a book in here. And in fact, part of the issue was at that time I didn't know where I would put it, and that's why it's been stalling this finale right here. It's been really annoying, especially during Christmas. There's just been so many new items I have to keep track of in terms of new inventory upkeep, a lot of different things, keeping up with relationships and stuff like that. Also managing the business as well as a project, and getting prepared for my the next phase of my employment, because I'm not going to stay with that job forever. And yet they're fantastic colleagues and fantastic business owners. So I'm getting prepared for that. Anyways, needless to say, we have all this kind of stuff here that's been here for a while. So I said it's packaging. I hadn't decided where to put it at first. I thought that I was going to move it to the back here, region A, at the very closet. Why don't I turn on the lights? It's so damn dark. So at the very back, I was going to put it over there. And this is more of the stuff from the side business. So that's mostly paperwork. That's where I put all the guides and stuff like that. But I was thinking that maybe, I would put it over there. And I think that's a really bad idea now, because it just, why would you put packaging for the bags and the products over there? It doesn't make any sense. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'll take this bag and I'll stuff it up there next to the bags over here, which are actually not related to business at all. That's just like, shopping bags and stuff like that are reusable. And then on the side here, we have this other bag of product, right, that I said is for my cousin in my previous live stream. Again, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. It's product for my cousin, and I'm going to give it to him. He's been helping me out. So these two things as well, these two guides, I also didn't know where to put it. They're class 4 items, like I said, received as a gift from my business partner. So what I'm going to do is, in fact, inside this bag, why don't I take it down? It's so high up. So inside this bag, it's not just more bags, but also introductory booklets at the very slip in there. So the whole point of this was so that anytime I get a new client, I'll have all of the packaging and the materials, the introductory booklets and the guides together. So what I can do is I can slip this class 4 item, which was given to me from one of my team members, in there with the same time with the booklets. So I'll do that off stream, and then once that happens, I can move all of this up into the closet region. So region C1. Okay. So that's that. So that's kind of taken care of. And so is this taken care of as well now. So I just spoke about what I want to do with it. There's a hand sanitizer as well as a neurotropic, basically something that increases cognitive output, as well as cartilage maintenance. So we have some products in here that basically are for optimizing your health, as well as some stuff that's from the basic essentials like antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. So that kind of stuff is all there. The complete nutritional and plus even more than that, especially since we are a scientific research company that has several patents. So that being said, that's some stuff I'm going to give to my cousin. And then the only thing that's left are these 2 bags here. I should say there's a little caveat. Unfortunately, I say it's a finale, but at the very bottom right hand side right here, you see in D1, unfortunately next to the groceries and some snack items, we have more stuff that's related to business that I received because I had a meeting yesterday. So it's really just back to back more stuff. Like I said, it's just been a real headache trying to manage it all. So the only things left up here, of course, that I want to cover from the past goddamn 2 weeks or so, kept getting delayed by this and that. There's this, this gift bag. It's like a backpack. Inside are 2 notebooks with a pen. And what I intend to do with this is actually still unknown at this point. I just know that it's a gift item and that it's a bag. So what makes sense to me is that I either move the notebooks on the inside, and put it in the corner over there, with next to that box with all the paperwork like invoices, guides, teaching materials, including more books. And that includes that book down here too, by the way, which we have to get to probably later in the afternoon today. We're going to run maybe another 2 live streams in the afternoon, since we don't have enough time to cover it all. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the bag. Or maybe I'll just leave the notebooks inside this bag and I'll put it in there in a region F over there, because that seems to be a good place for all the different bags and stuff. Right now it's still up in the air. I just know that this one's done now. I have talked about it. I've given my thoughts about where I want to put it. I might move it to region F. I might move it to region A. It's really up in the air right now. And then we have these plastic bags. Or I might even move that bag up there, but of course those bags are not really reusable. They're plastic bags. So these plastic bags really belong up there. So this one, again, it's got the branding. Again, more class 4 items received from my team member, and I'm going to move these bags probably up there next to the closet. Now, of course, they're a little bit dirty, so they're probably going to get used in the next couple months, but ideally I'll save it for a client. That being said, though, that's everything that had to do with sort of the side business thing. This is a finale, so it should be I should have a more celebratory tone, I'll be honest. I had to take a break and be a little bit more upbeat, but yeah, it doesn't feel like, this is a very stressful Christmas, and we'll get to that later on. So anyways, next live stream in about 5 minutes, like I said, I'm going to cover Decor box down here. That's what to look forward next. This is Ahn Rho. See you in about 5 minutes.